Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NTEK. We are going to look at the weekly time frame. This is a little bit different than what you would normally see, so don't freak out if this chart doesn't look familiar to you. It's Friday, so what better time to do weekly? So all that means is instead of each one of these candlesticks, as they are called, representing a day's worth of price action, which is what you normally see, each one represents a week's worth of price action. So this candle right here is 5 days worth of price action. So obviously this past week was very bullish and very solid for the chart. The reason I want to do the weekly is really the daily. I don't want to say is useless because the daily is never useless, but for what we're trying to accomplish here in terms of key levels of support and resistances, the weekly just makes a lot more sense to use. So, and on that note also, the chart's going to be pretty darn straightforward. There's a couple key levels of support, and then when we get to resistances, we'll talk about that. So the first level of support that was put in this week is right here, and that's from going all the way back here in time. You can see just lots of history right around here where these candles, this level was knocking down the price. And we'll call this level right here at 0029. So this was a previous level of resistance and a very important one, but after this week, it has now been converted into a support level. So that's always encouraging. On that same note, this is more of an ideal level, meaning ideally you would like to see this hold. That would definitely make the chart look the strongest, but if the price does fall below it, don't panic. There's no need to freak out. It's just more of the ideal level of support. The next level of support that was put in this past week also comes right here. You can see there's quite a bit of price history right around here. That was back in early part of the year. And we'll check the value on that here in just a second. Again, this was a previous level of resistance that has now been turned into a support, and that level is at 0.024. And then the other and final, well, I shouldn't say final, but this level down here is another level. This is at, and as you can see this week, established quite a bit of new, it did a lot of, we'll call it was a conversion week as it converted a lot of these resistances into supports. This support, again, previous resistance is at 0.019. But the big thing that you want to see continue happen going forward is for the price to remain above this purple line here, which is the 50-week simple moving average. So that's going to be the key thing. If you're in this for a longer period, obviously if you're a day trader, that doesn't pertain. But longer term overall chart, as long as the price remains above here, this will eventually begin to curl up. You can see here how it is now flattened out. But with the price remaining above it, it'll eventually start to curl up, and then that's when it triggers into a genuine long-term uptrend. In terms of resistances, this is about as easy as it gets. Draw this line here, and that is it. That level is at 0.035. After this, as far as I'm concerned, the chart is then literal blue sky breakout. If I scrunch this up a little bit, you'll see what I mean. There's just basically no other price history up here. I guess you could say, well, technically there's another one up here at 0.065, but regardless, any way you want to slice it, whether you call it a miniature blue sky breakout or just a flat out blue sky breakout, point being it's a blue sky breakout after this 0.035. And if I scrunched up some more, you can just see there's just no other information, and the information that there is, it's way up here, much higher than where the price would be after 0.035. So you get the point. The chart's really sitting kind of right on the edge of a potential, big breakout here. Not that this past week wasn't good enough, but it's just showing how close the chart is getting to really being in basically uncharted territory. So case in point, it's been a great week for the chart. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to sign up for a newsletter up there. When you do that, you'll receive a free ebook. And if you enjoy the video and want to learn more about charting and how to use it in your strategy as a trader, I'd encourage you to click down below and look at our video course over 8.5 hours of education and teaching. It's been getting great third-party reviews. So I'd encourage you to make an investment into your education as a trader and check it out. One more time, this was NTEK. Thanks for listening.